Bam! We are live.
Hey guys, Scotch for Dummies plus Bourbon Mike.
Hey,
That's right. And he's sitting in the hot seat. Monologue by Mike. Go.
Go, Mike.
Also known, I just changed my YouTube name, whatever, to Bourbon Shenanigans.
Bourbon Shenanigans.
Because
Scotch for Dummies and Bourbon Shenanigans.
So tonight's
if there's
guest,
bourbon involved, there's gonna be shenanigans.
Bourbon Shenanigans.
Although tonight's guest is Irish whiskey.
Irish whiskey though tonight, yes.
I'm on my fourth glass because that's the kind of night it's going to be. I'm going to
Yes.
tell you right now. Wheels are going to come off in about 20 minutes. It's going to be
Not
bad.
gonna go far.
That's what we're hoping for.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Usually we run a kids show around here, but
Tonight I don't.
it's
think
usually
so.
not a kids show after
Been a long
hours.
week.
You know what I mean?
What's
That's
that
true.
called? That you get if you don't cuss or something like that with YouTube?
What's that?
What is that?
Family
I have
friendly?
no idea. Hey everyone.
Family friendly video.
Family friendly.
We're totally
Santa
We're
family.
gonna
Cruz
give
is
shout outs.
on.
Everyone, Santa Cruz is on. Lee is on.
Woo.
Jim is
Everyone,
on.
you
Chris
got-
is on. Telex,
Jim,
of course.
damn.
Scott, what's going on? Saw
What's
him
up?
earlier on
This guy.
Aquavita's
Look
show.
at this. This guy's got
Hey,
a
Scott,
cask
check
3
it out.
coin.
Look
My
at that.
PS3 came in
Put
the
that
mail
up
the
close
other
so everybody can see that.
What's up, Kevin? Welcome to the
That's
It's
show.
a good looking coin
Boom.
right
day. That's a
there.
good looking coin right there.
Yeah.
Nobody poured me? What the hell?
Number
What you drinking, Drew?
I'm drinking some Glencadam.
53.
We
Oh
warmed
my
up with some
gosh.
good stuff.
Hey,
I'll tell you
Lee,
what, this is some nice stuff too.
This is a
tell
really
Mark
good glass.
that the
We
dock
gotta talk about
looks great.
it. It does look really good.
Yeah. We need to just drive on down there and check it
I
out.
know, it's
I
coming.
like to see quality craftsmanship.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
right,
mean?
man. Sean, Scott said Sean getting lit up already.
Man, you had no idea.
Yeah. You want to stay for the after show? We'll tell you all about it, says Sean. So, honestly, what are we drinking? I know that we're going to get to drink
some of
this
that's
here in a
Glencadam.
minute.
I'm drinking it right now.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am too.
I think
So-
I got a signatory.
So this was an interesting buy this week, or a review this week, because this is the one we got from St. Louis and the whole story. Because but the interesting thing was it was really interesting. It was like
Wow.
good Scotch. The 46 ABV, I think, is what really made this
helps,
Scotch.
yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
definitely something that you need to kind of appreciate. You can't just go by and go suck it down. You need to think about it for a little bit and appreciate what's going on in this thing.
It's a tasty glass.
It generated a lot more, comments and interest than I thought it would.
Definitely a good highlight. I mean, it's
There's a lot of our fans out there have talked about this is a great
probably like
glass
this
and you
one,
really got to
actually.
look into this. A 21,
The
15.
15 has been touted a lot. I don't know where
Sweet
we're going
and
to
tasty.
find that. How are we going to get our hands? You're going up
I'm
north.
going to Benny's next
Andrew's
week.
got
so
this.
what?
I'll look for it. We need a little list.
Yeah.
I caught him like a deer in headlights back there.
I'm going to
man.
St. Fran next week.
Wow.
This week.
According to Scott, you're now his new favorite Scotch for Dummies.
Yeah, because he. Hey,
You got a coin.
we
We
got
got coins, but they don't fit our glasses.
Gotcha.
We need bigger
You
coins.
need bigger
They're
ones.
drop inside them.
Right?
So Telex is warming up with the Bowmore 15 Darkest.
That's one of your
That
favorite.
is
call.
Is that in your-
It's always a good
That's in
warm
my
up.
top 5. It's my wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse.
Ah, there we go,
Wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse.
Let's start that for Sean.
Cheers to that.
Happy
Johnny.
Thursday,
Happy
everybody.
Thursday, everybody. Well,
Cheers.
Mm.
Should we show them the special guest we got tonight?
Hey,
Sure, we
yes.
can do that.
Molly.
Yeah, just this is per your guys' request. We've got something spun up here. Have at it. 3, 2, 1, and we've got Molly Cam.
Molly Cam!
Everybody say hi to Molly. Molly likes the bar pretzels and peanuts.
That's really why she's down here.
Oh,
She doesn't really give
That's
a
awesome.
really care about anything about you people or us. She's here for the pretzels.
Yeah, we'll do some more Molly Cam later. We'll do some pretzels and
I know we got
Oh,
you
do
out
I
there
do,
just for that, huh?
yeah, go ahead and do it.
Everybody's doing. All right, come over here. I'm gonna try and do my arm this time. And
Why does
All
it always
right.
feel like
Are you Dino? Seriously.
I don't know.
you gotta lean in, dude.
Get in there. Go.
Jeez.
take it?
Can't stay here forever.
Man.
You
Oh
got
my
some drinking
gosh.
to do.
Ooh, that was no good.
I got news for you. Mom's
So-
gonna be mad if you don't start giving her pretzels.
Yeah, I wanna get into this Glencadam though. I don't have it in my glass right now.
Yeah, it's actually a really good glass. I really like this one. I think I paid, what did I say, 60 I think on the review? I think it was 60.
Which, according to some of the comments, is a little higher than, like over in Europe, Hoagie had mentioned that they're paying about 30 to 35 pounds,
Yeah,
which is what, $45?
I'll tell you what, if this was around 30 to 45 bucks,
it's a lot less shipping involved in it, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Get it
true.
from Scotland to Germany versus get it to Scotland from Scotland to Indiana. That's a long road.
It's good. I'm glad we have it, and I'm really interested to see what else that's coming out of that distillery.
Yeah, for sure. Well, especially at 15. I mean, we talked about Ralphie saying it was his whiskey of the year last year, so.
True. So we definitely got to get.
We got to pick it up because this is excellent. For a 10-year-old Scotch, it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan.
And it's not the first time it's happened to me, but you know, it's something that I've never heard of, and then we review it and throw it out there, and I'm like the only one that's never heard of it.
You're right. It should be Scotch 5 Dummies. I mean, you're kind of the part of the crew now on a Thursday night. Everyone was
right.
saying about it.
Whiskey shenanigans.
He doesn't want to be associated with the word Scotch. He's bourbon.
He's more bourbon.
He's our bourbon man.
However,
starting to come over.
For a bourbon guy, he brought a bottle of Scotch.
He
with him
did.
tonight.
Let's show that off.
Yeah,
so
I did.
look at what.
Where did it go?
Where did it go?
That's right.
Oh, yeah. Bourbon Shenanigans brought this over for us to get into. So I don't think we reviewed it. I don't think we did the La Santa.
See,
So,
I don't think you did either. I
Glenmorangie,
was looking through some of
Lasanta.
that.
You know what? I don't think we have.
No, so
I
we'll
think
get
we
into
did
this
10,
here
we did
soon.
We get the 18 to do still.
Yeah.
We've drank some.
I was at a local bar the other weekend and decided not to go bourbon because they didn't have a very good selection. So I
It
ended
happens.
up picking that, and I actually enjoyed it. What's Scott?
Oh, he said Sean's going to be passed out in 10 minutes, so it'll be Scotch 4 Dummies.
You've never drank with me.
You need to go fishing with us sometime, Scott.
It's like when Sean gets to drinking, it's like there's nothing. He doesn't change. He just he just goes.
Maintain.
He just maintains it.
If you can stay up long enough, you might see me. But it's pretty late, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, speaking of the Scotch Test Dummies, you know, they've got an interesting thing that I think you're really interested to see is that they have a little peat shootout coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
16 peach
16
shootout.
peats. That's going to be really
Yeah, I'm
interesting.
planning to travel over to help him out.
Yeah, we need to come up. You guys need some help setting up,
You know
tasting?
what? They should just come over for the fishing trip this year.
A
Yeah.
lot of eyes are watching for that 16 peach shootout, Scott. I'm interested.
That
in
could
very
be Dummy
interesting.
Con right there.
Yeah, fishing trip.
When is that in May? When are they doing
April.
that? April.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Fishing trips in April.
Fishing trips in April.
Yeah.
When is the?
I don't know. I didn't check the day. I think it's coming up soon. So
All right.
they've been advertising for the last couple.
Yeah, you guys been out, and to be honest with you, Scott, I don't even care what the results are of the 16, just to see you guys pull it off is a
That's
feat
probably
because we
10
know what
Yeah.
goes on.
Is it going to be all in one
You
sitting?
know what it takes to
That's
pull
tough.
something off. That's a lot
a
of
lot.
planning, man. That's
It's a lot
good
of
for you
peat.
guys.
It's a lot of Pete.
It's logistics.
It is.
We could be there in 10 hours.
That's
Tom
not-
R is on. Tommy.
Uh-oh. What's going
Cheers,
on?
Tom.
Eric is too.
Saw most of these folks
What's up,
on
Eric?
Aquavite's show earlier. He had
Yeah,
a good
he
little
had a
chat
good show.
going on. Yeah.
That was real good.
It was good to see him. What was he drinking? He was drinking. I can't even remember what he was drinking. I know he showed a new Deanston. He is really high on Deanston right now. Which
pretty good stuff.
We've got one to review, so we'll
Well,
see
Scott
what's
said
going on
3
with that.
brackets have been shot. The 4th in the championship will be done Monday.
Oh, so it's all pre-recorded. Well, that's no fun.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to do that all in one sitting.
You could do that in your 12 hours of boom.
It is. You know what? You should have waited. Well, March Madness is almost here. I guess that's probably what you're doing.
You know what? We should probably do a Scotch and Cigars episode while we're on the fishing trip.
That's a
We could
great
do that.
idea.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
We-
definitely-
If
We've
we
known
have
to smoke
And
a
we can
cigar
pair
or
it with
two
a
in
bunch
fishing trip.
of steaks, because that's what's going to happen.
No, I didn't say that, everyone. I just think that it's definitely a small niche group, and we all see each other and everybody's channel, and that's
It's all good.
I was actually bragging about it on Aquavite's show tonight. You know, I said, yeah, because he was talking. Roy had made a comment about how this group, it's really cool when you actually connect with somebody and your palate can align with them. And then, he said he had one of those moments where someone said they were stocking their bar with his recommendations, and he was like, "Oh man, that's I don't know if I want that responsibility." And I said, "You know what? It's actually kind of cool when your palate doesn't align. And just because our palates aren't the same doesn't mean I can't respect your palate.
Well, I think I've disagreed with everybody here. At one
We've
point
all
or another,
disagreed, but it makes for a good time and good conversation, and sharing a glass with somebody's with a friend.
That's the point of why we got together. Is to share
Right.
those ideas and give you some ideas as far as from your wallet to the liquor store to say this is probably the best buy based on these opinions. That's it. Because I know when we first started going, we're going.
Fish out of water.
Which bottle do I buy? That
know.
bottle looks neat. Let's try that one.
Ain't
That's
that
a
the
nice
truth?
label.
Marketing, you fall for it.
Yeah,
The price,
every time.
you fall
Oh,
for
look
it.
how dark and colorful this one is.
We know a little bit more now than we did
Maybe
then.
a
So.
little E150 in that.
But
But if it tastes good, I want to buy it.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
So we also had a comment, and I don't know if it was on the Glencadam. There was a few comments on Glencadam this week that didn't have anything to do with Glencadam. They just wanted to get in a conversation. And somebody had asked if you had the opportunity, would you buy the Johnny Walker Platinum or the Johnny Walker Blade Runner?
Oh
Black
yeah, I saw that comment. I
2049,
left it for
right?
you.
Platinum.
So I did. I responded. I said, this is just my opinion. This is just me. I buy the Blade Runner because I've got a bottle of Platinum at home, and I'd really like to try. Being a guy that likes black, I'd like to try black at 46%.
Right.
I'd like. Just,
Well,
And I like Blade Runner. So.
we know what this 46%,
And it's a good marketing bottle.
it's higher ABV liquid.
Oh, yeah, it's a-
So I mean, I would.
Most
I'm
of
just
them
Yeah.
What is it, $100 though?
the same price as
Yeah.
Platinum.
Yeah.
For
It's hard to find. That's the problem.
Yeah.
the Blade
So-
Runner version?
Well, I
No,
think
it's not.
we need to go back
I
and look
could
at the
find it.
comments. I think the guy
The
said
most
he was going to go
one
buy
was
the
the one
Blade
talking
Runner tomorrow,
about.
and he was going to send us some. So maybe we'll get a chance to sample.
Yeah,
I don't know.
fair enough.
But it was an interesting comment. Let's go and see what's going on here.
I honestly wasn't that impressed with the Platinum when we tried it. I mean, it's been a while, but
It's been a long time.
I don't remember being blown away
Hey,
by
Santa
it.
Cruzin. Wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse,
to that man
Santa.
right there.
Cheers.
Good to see you too, sir.
Oh, Santa Cruz.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, sir.
Thank you, man. I
Super
just-
chat. I love it.
Yeah, when I see that scroll across, it makes me happy.
Tell you what, you guys
hey,
can
Rob,
buy
what's going on,
pretzels
buddy?
from Molly tonight if you want on the Super Chat.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's the bid?
$1 per pretzel.
Dollar pretzel. And I can tell you right now, that dog will eat a
We
lot
may
of
not.
pretzels.
You know what they're going to say? Like, hey, here's $100. You guys shut up. Just throw the dog on.
Pour it in a bowl.
Dog's more entertaining than you guys.
We'll put the dog on the video and we'll just talk. So it'll be like a podcast.
She's hilarious.
So Rob is on. One
Hey,
question
Rob.
I have for you, Rob.
Hey,
I
Rob.
have not done it. I've had it queued up for almost a day and a half. I haven't watched the show with Roy on it. I don't. Did you guys happen
It's
to catch
good.
Rob?
I
I
did.
got part of it. That's how I
I
watched
haven't
part of
watched
it.
either. I have not had a
Uh,
chance.
sorry, I haven't caught that yet, Rob. I literally have it pulled up on my computer at home. It's just paused and minimized because it just gets put in the background. But I'll get around to watching it. I'm kind of excited to see what you guys got into.
It's right next
Yeah,
to the porn.
so the
Right next to the porn.
so, so I started
I know
watching
how to
it.
take
and,
care of a beard.
and
Which I
part
am
of the
terrible at.
part of the
I
issue that Rob was
Trimming for
dealing
dummies.
with is that Rob has a shelf where he puts all his empties,
Yeah.
and it is just
Yeah.
enormous and full.
Yeah.
And trying to clear that out,
Up.
and the way
So did
In
Roy
his
help him
basement.
clear it out?
well, I didn't get that far into it. I had to go to a meeting at work, so you know.
I guarantee you, every other Friday when they collect my recycling, they're like, holy.
There's some party going on.
Like, I don't know what these people do in this house, but they tear it down.
They go through some liquor.
What's your superpower? My liver.
Deadpool's got nothing on me.
What's the costume for that one? Just a brown suit
I'm a liver.
with, a
Super
bit,
liver.
with alcohol.
It's all right.
like the hat.
I could
Shut
draw
up,
a
liver.
I
You're
could
fine.
draw a molecular.
That's where we're at,
I don't
man.
know.
You sure you can't come to the fishing trip?
Santa Cruz, and did you notice Ron Burgundy in the background? Because he made a comment.
He's
about
there.
it. So yeah, absolutely, he's there. Ron Burgundy.
He's
and Nick
always
Offerman.
there. He's been there from
Are-
the very beginning, y'all. The
Yeah.
very beginning. That and it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
Yep.
There's a
Very
couple
beginning.
things up there.
Yeah.
Actually, on my way to my basement, I've got an outline of Burgundy and Ron Swanson. Those are my two whiskey gods.
Gotta have something, man.
Well, I think
Absolutely.
he came up when he super chatted us because that's part of the thing I have up. It comes up with him and I love Scotch.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Did it I didn't see
It
it.
doesn't show on our thing, but it does in the review. Yeah.
It's been a while
So,
since I've seen that one.
My glass is empty. Do I need to pour something else before we get to this? Or?
Yeah,
We're talking
'cause
about Glencadam.
we're
Have we
I already drank
done
that.
Glencadam enough service?
Well,
I don't know,
you guys
but
want to go
yeah.
through it a little bit, talk
Yeah,
about
say
what we
that.
did?
All right.
So, I don't remember my review now, but I can tell you what I'm tasting now. This is a very light but deep, malty,
It's got that classic
Long
Highland
lasting.
flavor.
It does.
Sweet, fruity, and floral. It's a good glass. It's actually got a little more complexity than I would expect from a 10-year-old Scotch.
Well, I really appreciated the 46%. To put it out
Yeah.
at 46.
that's the
I'm
key.
really glad.
It
they
really
did that.
is.
And I'm guessing that the flavor profile has something to do with the still shape, right? Andrew, I'm looking at you.
Chemistry man.
I don't remember the still shot.
I feel like Andrew knows.
Well, is this the one where, the pipe goes up at the...
Oh, the light pipe runs.
Right.
I think this is it.
Slopes back.
Yeah.
A down angle.
Yeah,
So maybe
so-
something to do with that.
Yeah.
wow.
So a lot of what's
I
condensing.
watched that video just recently.
So what's condensing is running back
I'm
into the
sad
still
right
to be
now.
recondensed or to be redistilled. So you're getting a lot of the. So what is it? It's the high boilers that will boil at a super high temperature that then will condense before they actually make it over to the bump tank or the worm tube or whatever, worm tank, whatever we do it, whatever we call it.
You reacted like this the exact first time that you talked about that.
It's like the same
I think
exact
I-
conversation.
Yeah, I think you
And I was
said
like,
the exact
deja
same
vu.
words.
Well, I just
Because
had
he's an
chemist.
engineer.
It's all physics.
Yeah.
so something that I think
How
would
much
be
is a dram?
super interesting, and maybe we can do this when we go on the bourbon trail. I don't know, but when we were at Tomatin, there was an opportunity to sample some of the new make.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a chance to actually taste the new
What?
make.
Why didn't
But my curiosity would be:
We had no
is
time.
it possible to get a flight of new make from various distilleries, so you can literally have 4 or 5 new makes right next to each other, and bam, bam, line them up, and really see the difference, and then you can start to really see the difference in their pipes, really see the difference in their materials
That
and
would
what
be
they're
fun
doing.
to do.
I mean, to me, that would be really educational.
Yeah.
I need to call some distilleries and figure that
Well,
out.
it would be also fun to taste their new make versus something that's 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old.
Absolutely.
To see how that new make ages and evolves.
What it turns into.
I bet it's a big difference knowing
Oh,
something
yeah.
you know what it tastes like, and then tasting that new make and going, wow, the change from that to what it comes out in 3-4+
Yeah,
years
I
or
would-
whatever. And
Bet that's almost proprietary.
yeah, I'm sure they want to keep that.
But you had an opportunity to taste it. You could go to their distillery and taste it. At Tomatin.
With the tax.
Yeah. Well, so when we were in there in the
Kicking the
room that
nickel
showed
and-
the stills and everything, and he had the spirit safe. They had a fake spirit safe that just show you what one looks like, right? He passed around a little bitty. It wasn't a flask, but it was a little taster of just
Yeah.
their new make that he had
Yep.
pulled out of his pocket that he carried, the tour guide.
He does
And
taste
not
it.
many people, everyone smelled it. Not too many people would sample it. I did, 'cause I was
I did
very
too.
curious to see what's
Yeah.
this taste like. I don't know. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything like you
No,
wanted
it's
to get
never
because you're
bad.
not. I mean,
No.
it's all about
Right.
the barreling and what you're going to get.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
So
some
50
light lighting.
50% of the flavor comes from the still. 50% comes from the barrel.
Right.
Right.
So you will taste Tomatin in that new make, but it won't be full Tomatin. And
Right.
and depending on how the casket, depending on how old it is, depending on the sherry or bourbon or how they blend it, that will influence that final flavor.
But after the last 2 years of doing all these reviews on bottles, I think we've got a pretty good exposure to what a barrel can do.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
mean, I
Crazy.
think we've seen
Well,
that in the
Barrel
variety.
and weather,
Sure,
environment.
Low environment.
we haven't been able to isolate that to see what the new make is about,
No.
right? And that's not. I don't know if that's easy.
ever will.
Yeah, if we'll have that opportunity.
Maybe we'll need to lean on Roy to get some new make for us.
I don't
Oh,
know.
we'll just have to go to Scotland.
I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Buy a
Alright.
flat in
We
Scotland.
need to earn a
and-
lot more money to pay for that. We're in the process of taxes. and
Super
it was
chat.
not-
Super
It was not a
That's gonna be a
profitable
big
business
super-
this
Molly's
year.
going to need to eat a lot of pretzels.
A lot of pretzels. I think she'd be okay with that.
Yeah, she would totally be okay with that.
So next
I'll go
up-
investigate Kentucky.
I'll come with you.
Every
Well,
single.
I
piece of
think-
I'll
Kentucky.
come with you.
I think we're up for that, aren't
Yeah.
we? We're planning to do a trip down to the Bourbon
Yeah.
Trail. I mean, we might be Scotch for Dummies, but we live 2 hours from the
I'd-
Bourbon Trail. We'd be
I'd like to
idiots
meet up
if
with the
we
test
didn't
dummies
I
down
know
there.
we've been
think
trying
it'd
to
be
get
fun
those
go.
guys to
Yeah.
come down.
go. Yeah.
We need to meet halfway or something. Maybe go to St. Louis. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a lot of bourbon
Richie-
distilleries in St.
Richie
Louis.
Z has asked if we have heard of the 5 Virtue series by Tomatin. I have not.
No, they didn't mention it either when we were at the distillery. They didn't talk about it at all.
Interesting.
And Jason, I will say the
Five
Kubokin
Virtue
by
series.
Tomatin.
I'll write it down though.
Yeah, talk about that.
I'm
one for a
buying
minute.
2 bottles next week if I go up there to Benny's. I
He
love
He
that.
can't keep it in his
I
bottle.
No, he can't.
I love it.
He can't.
I mean,
Last night
it's
we were
so
playing
good.
on Xbox,
Oh,
and
you-
he
yeah,
literally
you love
was,
it too.
was
I even
complaining
love
and whining that he's on a coupon.
I am. I'm like, that's
We need one for down here because we hit that one too.
We kill it.
I'm actually, it's funny because you mentioned this a while back. Because there was a time, probably the last couple of months, right? We've been on the Isla kick, right? We've been down that
Yep.
train. And I've gone back. I am on the sweet side of space side again. I'm loving
What?
Yeah, I'm back in that train again. Old Pulteney put it to me, man.
You-
That's what got me. Old Pulteney put it to me.
Old Pulteney put it to me.
That's why I got a case.
That's awesome.
Good times.
Oh, so
I don't
Telex
even
just,
know what to say about
That's a
that.
quote of the night right there.
Wow. Can I get that on a t-shirt?
Telex just put the link to the.
I'm gonna have to get a
Tomatin
t-shirt
Friday.
with that.
Oh,
Old Pulteney
404.
put it
No,
to
there
me.
it is.
What?
Oh, I got a 404 on that one.
Yeah.
Page not found. When I
Huh.
clicked
Well,
the
that's
link.
not good.
Scott says he likes that Kubokin too.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man. There's
It
nothing
is.
wrong with that
And
bottle
it's
at
not,
all.
what was it like? It's like $40 or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
not.
that.
It's
not that
it's
bad.
not expensive
It was
and it's
60.
got good
Is it
stuff.
really?
Yeah, it's like
$99.99.
Is it really?
yeah.
Damn. So I would buy. Well, I don't know. This is pretty good too, though.
This is good.
I think I
I
like
like this a
Kubokin
lot.
better. It's more my
The
wheelhouse.
Kubokin, it's the spice, which I like about that. It's got something
You're out.
going on with it.
You know
Just-
what I want? I
What?
want some Wolfburn.
Yeah,
We
Aurora?
haven't. Well, it's up
Oh
to
yeah, we
you.
do got
You know
that.
with the
one.
Aura?
Well, you know what?
Well,
we
we
could.
haven't
Oh,
Hey,
that
you
one
can
yet.
have some.
we've got a
Not a
lot
bad
of bottles
day.
we haven't reviewed, and,
go
and
for
we
it.
try to stick to the rule of it's not free game to be drinking until we review it. So we try.
Just don't talk about it.
I do a
Drink it,
pretty
just
good
don't
job
talk
on
about
that
I
one.
want some Dallas.
But we are going to get into this. So we've got a couple samples that Roy sent us
Yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
while
All right.
ago.
So next.
Okay, so this has been a while
Drink
ago
up
that,
first.
that Roy sent us these, and we're debating on how to review them or if we were going to review them, and we're not going to do an official review like we normally would do because of the fact that they're SMWS bottles. So this is SMWS Dalhuane, if I'm pronouncing that
Dalhuine.
wrong. Dalhuine.
Dalhuine.
Dalhuine. Roy would let me know.
Luckily, Roy is going to let
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But this is a
He'll correct you.
41.88. So if you want to look up SMWS 4188 to see the tasting notes on it, that's what it is. It's 60.7 ABV. And he sent enough for us to get a little sample on it. Been sitting on it for a long time. We thought, it's better to do this on a live show because you guys probably can't get a hold of this anyway. I don't know, maybe you can, but I doubt it. So
I like to review it after I've had 5 glasses.
Of other stuff.
So you know what? With that being said,
Let's do
here,
this.
Split this up. Let me get this off.
You start pouring. Let me read the tasting notes from
Drew?
SMWS on this.
I gotta drink mine still. Hold on.
Yeah, I got
All right.
I did like that glass.
So this is
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Dalhuane.
Dalhuane 2005's
What's the,
SMWS 41.88. Overall rating is roughly
It
87.
doesn't smell
88.
like 60 at all.
So
All right. The initial scent had plenty of polished wood.
Good enough?
Lit pure
Oh,
beeswax
you get
candles, Hessian sacks filled with coffee beans, and pear drops in a paper sweetie bag.
Wow.
With a little time, very different aromas
sip a
emerge,
little
like marinated sardines with fennel, raisins, and pine nuts, as well as
Now I get
acacia and hazelnut raw nut honey. The taste was like grilled pickled hot dogs
Grilled pickled hot dogs.
grilled pickled hot dogs.
with
That's
a,
talking about a
first.
Scotch.
with a horseradish mustard relish and a sea salted toffee by the side.
Okay, so
Okay,
That
that
sounds absolutely
That
delicious.
sounds actually really good.
You
like
know
a
what?
ballpark
But I can tell
Cubs
you,
game, right?
every time I read a wine review or a Scotch review
Those
that's
two
that
split down.
detailed, it's
yeah,
total
we need to
bullshit.
save a little bit so Mike can get a sample.
I totally call bullshit on that.
You want some?
Yeah, Mike wants a little shot
yeah,
of
he
that.
does.
You got to try it. Got to put something in your glass
Is your
just to
glass
sample it. So
Yes.
this is a 2005. What I don't know
It
is
is.
how old it
That's what
was
I
when
do.
it was bottled. Do you know? Have you found that
There's
out?
some in that bottle. You guys too.
Drew hasn't gotten any yet.
Oh.
Do we know how old it was when it was bottled? I know that it
That
was
smells great.
60
11
points-
years.
So it's an
11.
11 year.
Bottled in 2016. 11 year. First fill ex bourbon barrels. 192 bottles possible.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might be able to find it, but with
Oh.
192 bottles total, It's probably gone.
Look at, there's no color to it. It is almost.
What's the proof on it?
60.7.
So,
So this is almost 61%. So almost
That's hot.
$1.22 proof.
Pure lit. I don't get beeswax.
It's interesting that we're opening this up. So those of you that saw me on,
Prepare.
on Roy's show earlier tonight, you know, he was talking about giving his opinion, people buying bottles, and I said, here, I got some more water for you right here.
Yeah.
I said, you know, Roy, you've never steered me wrong on a Scotch
True.
yet, and he hasn't. But now we're breaking open one that he's got right here. I don't know. We'll
You mean
see.
like Hoagie Bear and the?
Hoagie threw us that
Oh, the
curveball.
Nevis.
Man, that's
that was
But
bad.
you know, somebody likes it.
Scott.
Scott liked it.
Yeah.
Crazy
So,
man.
a little bit about the distillery
Oh,
since
wow.
we haven't
You wanna
reviewed
put a
one
little
yet.
water on that. It
Um,
opens right up and gives a ton of malt and sweet.
I did look up a little bit about it. You know,
Wow.
this distillery is
Right.
primarily for malting, for
Man.
blending. I mean, so it's you don't see many bottlings of it. It goes into blending, but I know there is a bottling of it. I want to say it's a 15, because our good friend the Doc, he was our number 130.
We should-
Tony G.
We should
Tony
like
G
FaceTime
and-
his ass.
This is his favorite distillery.
No.
When he goes to Scotland, he picks up some bottles
Yep.
from this distillery. He happens to really like
This
it.
smells good.
So it makes me think of him every time I see the name. The distillery is heart of Speyside. Typical, history of a
This is
distillery.
light.
Been around
It's really
since
light.
1800s of sometime, 1854, I want to say. But yeah, it's different for this because this is an
better with a little water.
SMWS, so we don't know what they did with it, right?
yeah.
Little water
Well,
helps.
Well, they say
Yeah, I
that
want to smell it neat though, and just.
first fill ex bourbon barrels is what the casking.
Boy, I smell it. I smell smoke in
Man,
there.
it's fruity and sweet.
I smell
It
smoke
is
in
sweet,
there.
It's really
bright,
good.
and light. It's like it's been chill filtered, but I'm sure it wouldn't have chill filtered at 60%.
No. Did you say this was 11 years old?
Yeah.
11 years old.
Yeah, I mean it tastes a little bit young,
So-
but it's got a lot of good fruit forward flavors.
Let's do some justice here and go through the nose and what we normally do
Yep.
to make sure we kind of get some flavors and stuff.
So I'm getting barrel, I'm getting that meaty, classic Scotch. No smoke, no peat, no ruby fruits. It's lighter, lavender, that kind of.
I got leather, ruby fruits.
You getting ruby
Are
fruits?
you guys all have water on it yet?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Not yet.
Okay,
It's
'cause,
but
I
it's
mean,
hard. It's
hard
to
to
the nose.
It's hard to smell it
I
straight.
put water on it and it opens right up. You really need a couple of drops.
The funny
on
thing
there
is,
to
when I
help it out.
first go in, I can smell the sweetness, and then the alcohol takes
And
it
I-
away, and I can't
I
smell
know.
And
it
I'm
anymore.
probably still at about 50% alcohol,
Yeah,
but
it's probably.
it helps out a ton.
I'm
And-
going
and
to
it
do that
opens
too,
right up.
just
It's
to-
really
I don't want
nice.
to waste it because I'm not.
Yeah, there's
as,
not
as
much.
light as this is, I'm afraid to do that.
I had a sip neat, and it's just too hot. It's almost unapproachable because it's so hot.
What's the ABV?
60.7.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Right, so it's
like one of my
121
high-
and some change proof.
Proof bourbons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So you're saying this is in a lot of
That's
blends,
numbing.
or we think it is.
That's what
I
it
mean, it
says.
makes your
In
tongue
our
tingle,
research,
it's
it
so-
says that
it's
they
so
use, it
alcoholic.
primarily it has 6 stills and has always been a filling malt, and until recently was only occasionally to be found in merchant bottling. So, primarily over its history has just been a blending malt, but.
Whiskey
It's
Bottle
tasty.
says we're wimps.
Who did?
I don't know
Whiskey
about all that.
Well, it's just we don't have a lot to drink.
If
so
I
we're
had
trying to do
more,
it justice.
I would have really spent some more time with it neat, but I don't want to.
Honestly, I think you just get a better tasting of the Scotch putting just a touch of water on this one because it's so high proof. It opens it up and lets you approach it and really get more of the flavor profile.
I
out.
gotta give Roy some respect and let this air out for a few minutes. I know
That's
that's,
what I'm
what
doing,
he would say that he would say, boys, you need to let it breathe.
So John asked, "Old Portland 21 for 141. Is that a good price?"
Oh, yeah.
boom.
We'll get it right now.
One for you and get one for us.
Yeah, in
We'll pay
fact,
you
where's it
back.
at? Let me know so I can give you some money to buy it from.
Right.
Hell yeah.
So Whiskey Authority calls us wimps, but it's not. It's not that we can't handle the alcohol. It's just that it overpowers everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It
it's just
kills
you-
it.
you can't
need
get
to
to
let
the
it sit there and
underlying
air out for a
flavor.
little bit.
Yeah.
There's times that you just want to enjoy a high proof.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
For me, there's times that I just want to enjoy it.
I don't know.
Like a Stag Junior, nice 131.
Wow.
You know, point something.
We got one there.
You just sit back and
Well, you
enjoy.
you have to have enough flavors to cover that.
You're
Yeah.
you're taking small sips of it.
Yep.
That's the key.
Yeah,
you're
but
just letting it.
I still think that at that point, you can let it open up and kind of breathe
let
out
it
in your
open.
mouth, but
It's going to take you a while to drink it.
But I think that you also, at that high of proof, you're numbing parts of your tongue and parts of your mouth that aren't able to receive those flavor profiles anymore. And your nose, the alcohol is going to overpower a lot of those senses, your olfactory senses. You're not going to be able to taste what you would taste if you just put a little bit of water on it, bring the proof down just a little bit so that you can get into that flavor profile a little bit. And you still have to let it kind of adjust to the watering.
I almost
sit for
get
a little
like
bit.
a
Yeah, and
sweet
that's what we
graham
found with a
cracker
lot
and then
of the,
flour on top of it. It's just
A lot of the heavily peated, they can handle the higher alcohol better because they have such a strong flavor. They can kind of bust through that. And plus, I think the oil and the phenols in those higher peated ones kind of coat your tongue and allow you to really get those flavors out. Which probably some of those high proof bourbons, they have a lot more potency flavor because they pull that, they rip that flavor out of those barrels so fast in Kentucky that it really gives you enough flavor to kind of to punch through that alcohol. But again, I think if you added water to it, it would just it would just open up.
We got some Stag Junior right there.
Yes, and then there's the bullet barrel proof. What's the proof on?
bullets.
It's pretty high, isn't it?
It's right there.
This is so
62.7.
floral,
So
lavender.
Yeah,
and
this is 60.7. That's
Yeah,
62.7.
so that's a little bit more.
That's a buck and a quarter.
That much more, even that little bit more, can make a big difference.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Oh, you're
I've
getting
found
into
out.
you're getting into deathly alcohol amounts. I mean, honestly, you drink too much of that, you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Then I think I wrote.
So Richie asks, do we plan to review Ben Romack bottles? I don't think we've done one yet, have we? I don't think we have.
We haven't, but we can. I mean, it's really popular right now.
Okay.
And they got some good bottlings.
We need to pull the trigger on that and get some of that.
And they're locally. You can get some entry level locally available.
If you
So,
look online
you know
at
what?
our spreadsheet, we've got a list of everything we've done. I think is it updated? It's a little probably behind
it
a little
might
bit.
be a review
Couple
or two
weeks.
behind.
A couple weeks behind maybe if that. But look at that. You'll see all the stuff we've done. I'm pretty sure Ben Romack is not on there.
No,
So
no, it's not.
we'll add it to that list and we'll get onto it.
Yeah,
It's hard to
absolutely.
find stuff.
But I will use that as the segue for Scotch in the News.
There you go.
And because you're bringing up Ben Romack.
Scotch
and-
in the news.
We do Scotch in the news?
Scotch in the News. So I did a little research on it, and honestly what is really hitting the news in the Scotch industry, which is taking over right now, at least in the last week, is the whole cost of taxation, distribution, logistics for what they're going to do after Brexit, right? What's going to happen when all these trade agreements
fall apart,
right? How are they going to get, and are they going to pass that cost on to us, right? Especially, those that are still, in UK and England, they're probably not going to see much of a hit, but we will. But I bring up...
Maybe, who knows?
Right, I bring the tie to Ben Romack because the article that I had read, there was some quotes from a director or manager at Gordon and MacPhail, and so I read his quote about what he thinks is going to happen, right? And then the article went on to say, so and so said from his distillery, and I was like, his distillery, Gordon and MacPhail. Wait, that's an independent bottler. Wait, are you kidding me? So Uncle Google. Oh, that's right. Gordon and MacPhail acquired Ben Romack, so. Gordon and MacPhail does have a distillery, even though they're an independent bottler, right? So it just that's the tie to. But that was really the only thing that I could find to talk about in Scotch in the News. I mean, there was 4 or 5.
Because nobody knows yet, really.
Right. So
What do you got? What do you
bring
got,
that one
Mr.
up. This
Wheel-
is your wheelhouse.
What do you got, Wheelhouse?
Today's announcement that Ardbeg is to double distillation capacity.
Ardbeg to go twice as much.
They finally listened to Andrew.
Based on Isla,
Andrew's been calling every day for 3
it's about
years.
time. So Ardbeg is one of our favorites. It's a big islet. It's real powerful islet distillery. They're going to double the distillery, add 2 more stills, go up to 4 stills. Looking forward to that. I don't have a date on this when it's going to happen, but that's the plan.
And consequently, Telex just fell out of his chair. He's like, oh, what?
Now that doesn't mean that the committee release is going to be any cheaper. It just means there may be more of it.
So for Telex's after show, we need to see this reenactment, okay? So
All
you're
right.
gonna-
We want to see you fall out of your chair when you find out Ardbeg was doubling their capacity.
I want to get that. What's the bottle they have with the box that looks like it's a distillery? I don't know what it is. I want to get that.
Our big tin. I think you can get it in a tin.
Can you get it in a tin?
Looks like
That's pretty cool. I
is.
need to get that just to hang on the bar back here.
Right.
That is pretty
We
sweet.
put it right
I think
there.
I saw somebody review that.
So they are
Yeah.
planning to go from 2 stills to 4, plus the construction of a new still house. So they're
We'd
on.
like to go from 0 stills to 1.
Now the problem is scheduled completion 2019. So it's going to be a few years till they can get that into the market. But
I still think we need to GoFundMe for our little Scotch visit
Damn
because I
right.
really want to go see that.
But you know the other thing that is
I'm
Scotch
with you
in
on
the
that.
news.
Right?
So was it Telex that was talking about that?
They can take it out on their taxes.
Scotch in the News, dated February 20th. Tomatin releases the last of its 5 Virtue series.
Oh. So this is
Really?
this week's news. I mean,
is
this
this
is
week's
like, yeah.
The final 2 whiskeys in this series.
Okay.
They've used metal and water.
They what?
They're
Oh, they're named.
they're named metal and water.
Metal and water? What the hell?
So I if you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, I'll do some.
I don't want a Scotch named
Don't
water.
munch your shelf.
I don't want a Scotch
I'll go
named
on-
Metal.
I'll take that over water. Metal sounds hard.
So
Drink
Tom
that.
is talking. I know. So
Yeah.
Tom Arn, I'm meeting Tom next week. I'm in Chicago, and we're gonna go to Benny's.
Of course you are.
And
Which Benny's?
I already told Tom. I'm like, listen, we're gonna do a live. He's like, yeah. He goes, well, we'll go in the fancy, expensive area. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. So we're gonna check out Benny's, and he's saying we should get the distillery box there, but we're gonna get some good scotches from there.
You gonna
I'm
make
looking
it
forward-
famous?
I don't know about that. We're gonna get some good scotch. I'm looking forward to
Macallan
Logan and what's that?
McAllen M.
Macallan M. Yeah, no.
Well, so you're going to be doing that in Chicago, and you're going
What's going
San
on?
West
Francisco.
Coast. You're going West Coast style, right?
I'm gonna do a live with Eric Waite on
This
Sunday.
Sunday coming
This
up?
Sunday.
A week from,
Okay.
or
No,
no,
like,
actually,
no,
it's
2 days.
coming-
3 days,
So
yeah.
Yep.
3 days.
So if you haven't subscribed to Eric Waite's channel, go online, subscribe to his channel, and we'll do a live from there. We're not
Yeah.
going to probably do a double live through Scotch for Dummies and Eric, but we'll work.
Any
it out.
idea what you guys are going to talk about yet?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
he
work
just
those
made a
two.
comment. He bought a bottle with that of Ardbeg 10 with that can.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
So yeah.
Nice.
Well, we may need to take a bottle of something good here to share with Eric when I'm out there.
Yeah.
You
Maybe.
should take some good with it to Tom R too.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you got a couple samples to send to Tom.
Yep.
You
I
can
got a
take that
couple
Baltimore
samples for you.
15 Darkest from your bar.
Or how about the Bowmore 18?
Well, we got to review
Hey,
it first.
remind me to go to Mark's bar. Before I
Right?
I know, right?
I need to go to Mark's bar.
He's got the good stuff.
Oh shit! You guys are killing me.
We got good stuff here.
All right.
You know
so
what? So what?
5 Virtue series.
All right. Go
All
ahead.
right, go
Give me
for it.
talk.
So what's the other
Bring it up.
3?
The 5 Virtue series, there's 6,000 bottles in each expression. They recently, it's named after elements of nature, which is a little, not really.
What's fine?
But so the last
Hey,
two,
marketing.
the last 2 are metal and water. The first 3, earth, wind, and fire.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Nice.
Ooh.
Can you play any of that?
Hell yeah. Really?
Where's the keyboard?
Have you not seen
Come
me
on,
play?
Drew. Where's the keyboard tonight?
It's over there.
I
Over
know
there.
it's not hooked up.
All right. So let's. I'm gonna taste this thing. I'm dying to taste this.
I already drank mine. It was really
I haven't
good.
tasted it yet.
You haven't
Did
tasted
you like it?
That's good.
Floor,
So what-
malty.
while you
wasn't as
Smell.
Highland,
Water refers
cinnamon.
to the
Yeah.
water drawn. Water refers to the water drawn from the local area, matured in sherry butts to create.
Did
hints
you
of
say
chocolate,
cinnamon?
Honeycomb.
Nah.
What are you talking
Cinnamon.
No.
I don't
I
even
get
know
cinnamon,
what
cinnamon
but
is.
cinnamon like big red gum cinnamon.
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
not,
yeah,
not
yeah.
cinnamon like
right.
spice,
Not
but
spicy, but
about?
like
Red hot? Red hot?
Yeah.
cinnamon?
bubblegum flavored
I think
cinnamon.
they're crazy.
No, I get a little bit of that.
All right, I'm going in.
I don't know what they put in their glass, but it wasn't what I drank.
Mm.
Well,
Mm,
That's hot.
yeah, well, it's hot. You didn't put any water on that?
I did.
Wow.
Oh,
That was
hello. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. That's good.
That's sweet. There's a little bit of malt in the finish.
I think
It's light.
that explodes though in your mouth.
It does. It pops.
Wow.
It's fairly light though.
Briny too.
I like getting the brine.
Salty.
I
Yeah.
get brine in the aftertaste. Yeah, in the late palate. I mean, real late after.
What was it? What
Um,
did they
What do
say?
you want to drink?
A grilled pickled hot
I
dog
put
with
water on
horseradish?
it.
No.
I can
No.
get a little bit of dill, just a little bit, a hint of it.
Yeah. Pickle maybe from the
Maybe
salt,
because of the
right?
dall and the salt,
meatiness,
right?
yeah.
The brine,
Mm.
the
Yeah.
brine is what you're thinking.
We got Michter's. We got
Well, that's hot.
OP21.
It is hot, and I
It's
put
not
water
hot.
on
I
it.
did too.
You know what we should have? We should have
But I
some
like it. I
Elijah
like the
Craig's
explosion
Well.
factor of
Where's
it.
that?
I mean, that sweet rolls back to that
Down with
malty
that?
finish
Yeah.
to
Right.
kind of the
So,
saltiness.
The Elijah
I'm curious
Craig.
that usually
There you go.
when you get a really high
But
ABV
you can't get this in your
scotch like this,
I know.
the first taste, no matter if you've had a scotch before or not, the first sip's gonna knock you. You know, it's gonna punch
Always.
you.
We
right.
gotta
So
save
your-
a little
your tongue's
for a
gonna get a little bit more
comparison.
numb. It's the second one that you're able to get past that
Yeah,
and
we
really
do.
get the flavor.
Usually, but this has been sitting here for a
But I'll
good
take a little
5-6
But
minutes.
you haven't. You've only taken one drink, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that first drink is still,
interesting.
you know,
Yeah.
you watered it down, but it's still probably 55%.
True. When
So,
you get used
so
to it a
the
little
front
bit.
crew here is now hitting bourbon.
Oh, that bourbon,
They
I
can
wanna-
keep it.
you guys stay with that bourbon stuff.
I want to try a good
but it's
bourbon.
a good one.
Elijah Craig
You
12.
get in a 12?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a good night. Breaking out the 12.
I know.
What?
I actually
don't
like
know
12 too. That's good.
Uh-oh.
There's a few bourbons I
Uh-oh.
like.
I have not been watching the.
Yeah, Telex. We got some for you, brother.
What we got?
I gotta find it. Where'd
What's
it
going
go?
on? What are you talking about?
Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah. It's down there.
Telex wanted to know about this bottle.
Connemara!
Cast strength.
That
Kicking
thing
them
will
all.
kick you off.
This one right here.
Cast strength, man.
What is it? I can't remember.
Kick you in the
It's,
ding
it's
And then laugh at you as you're on the ground rolling, holding your crotch.
yeah. What is this? I can't remember.
That was no joke, man. I thought we'd hit more
Oh,
of
it's
that.
only 57.9. No, I started getting into it. And you guys all bailed on me. You're like,
No,
oh, I
that's
ain't drinking
awful.
that.
No, I'll
No, it's
drink,
not awful.
I'll
That
drink
is-
whatever you
that
pour.
is awful.
It's not awful. This
That
is
is
going fishing
awful.
with us.
Oh, I should go
Bring it
fishing.
on, man.
You take that.
I'm ready for cigars and
That's
whiskey.
awful.
We don't actually catch a lot of fish on the fishing trip.
We're gonna do some serious live.
We
though, this
try.
year.
Somebody give me a pretzel.
So
Oh, is it Molly
we
time?
missed some.
Molly's here. Molly time. Hold on.
Mike,
Bam, bam. There it is. Molly Cam. Molly Cam.
Molly Cam. Molly Cam.
pretzel.
And one for the pretzel.
Who wants a pretzel, Molly?
Oh, wait. She's like, hello.
Oh, we
love her.
Molly Cam.
Molly Cam.
Well, it is off the rails.
Now you're famous.
Yeah.
There you
She's
go.
had a rough week too, though, so she deserves a little love.
Yeah, she does. She's been waiting all week for this.
Yeah, she
She
knows.
loves
The
Thursday.
dog knows Thursday. She does.
She's
Everybody
excited.
comes down in the basement to feed her pretzels.
She's like, oh, I know that guy. I know that guy. Oh, it's pretzel night. Yes.
Huh. I
Hey,
know.
Rob's wanting to know about your Toronto itinerary.
So I think we're gonna push the Toronto trip off until fall
Oh, really?
because the kids started requesting different things. So I got 3 teenagers. Sometimes the stars don't align exactly.
Really?
So yeah, right. So they, I think they still want to come up, but they want to do it in the fall. Spring they wanted to do.
Sun.
Actually, no, they don't care about that.
Oh.
My kids aren't those kids.
In Toronto?
I had one that wanted to visit historical sites of the Revolution.
Yeah, that's right.
Which revolution in Toronto?
No, the Revolutionary War.
No.
So
What's
that's why
that?
we're rebelling against Toronto. So, but they want to push everything back to the fall. So, Rob, we may have to. Nothing's set in stone yet. They're teenagers, so we'll see. I would still like to come up. I'm definitely coming up to Niagara. I want to hit Toronto and I want to do the Finger Lakes. I know there's no
We
more
need to do
pretzels.
that,
What
too.
up?
We've been talking about going to Niagara too, so maybe in a couple of years. It's a cool thing to see.
Yeah,
I was there when I was a kid, so
Yeah,
I've never
so
been. So I'd like to go. And Toronto's right there, so if we're going to do it, we might as well.
how far
Head
is
up-
it? How
head
far
up
is he
north.
from Toronto? Like he's like, I mean, from where we're going, Niagara Falls. Where you're going, Niagara Falls?
I mean, it's right across the border, really.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far. We should all go up.
yeah, make a trip out of it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Rob said War of
Dummy Con.
1812. Can someone do
Yeah.
me a favor and tell me what the Highland Park full volume costs in the U.S.? Was exclusive to U.S., but now here available. Full
You know
volume?
Or
Full volume?
oh,
I don't know about that one.
it's at Benny's.
Full volume is?
Yeah.
$80 at MD. $80 in Maryland.
No way.
There you go. $80, Max.
I want to say 100.
$100.
You can look at it.
Man, that dog wants another pretzel.
That's a great question for shows like this. I mean, I love to be able
Have
to
you
just
searched
throw
a bottle of
something out
Pine
and get
West
an answer
Midwinter's
immediately
Big
because
Grand
we've got
yet?
people all over.
No, I have not.
Um,
No,
and,
I
and,
have
and
not.
it demonstrates
I keep
the
on
pricing.
looking for it.
which
It's
is-
amazing
So,
how,
Richie, we
how
don't
much
have
it
it yet.
varies.
Yeah, it really gets on my nerves sometimes when I see someone post on another, on a comment or on Facebook, hey, just picked up a Lagavulin 16, $55 Costco in California. And I'm like, yeah, you rat bastards, right? I'm paying $1.25 for that bottle.
Right.
And I like it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not going to stop buying
Right,
it.
if I didn't like the Scotch, I wouldn't care what they charge for it.
Get some new guys.
Yeah,
on, I think.
$100.
Do we have some
Full
folks that
value.
you haven't noticed
Yeah.
on the show?
Yeah,
How many?
seen
I don't
them.
even. How many do we have on? Do you know? I haven't even paid
I
any
don't know.
attention to that. I haven't looked at that at all.
We
To
got
be honest with you.
39's a peak, so one of these days we're gonna hit 60 like the rest of the whiskey tubers, but we'll get there one of these days.
We're too late on it.
Just relax.
I think it's just because it's Thursday.
Yeah, our time point, but
We even
it's
got a
what
dog
we do.
cam.
It's what we do until we are.
We got a
and I
Molly
don't wanna
cam.
change
We're
that.
They don't have
too late
Monty.
for Scotland, and we're
Yeah.
too early
Yeah.
for. Well, we should be on time.
But we've
for
been drinking
Scotland.
on Thursdays for a long time. So
Right.
it
With
is what
Samuel
it is.
Cast, he's new, right? He's
Yeah.
a big fan. He's from Arizona, so welcome to the
Nice.
show, guy.
Cheers,
Appreciate
man. I
it.
used to live in
Ah,
Arizona.
Sam-
Joe Back
Cast.
and
He asked a question
and
earlier.
Max and others.
Yeah.
And it's
How
only
are
7
the
o'clock
dummies?
there.
We're doing
Is that
great.
right? 7 o'clock?
How
What's that?
are
Only
the
7 o'clock
dummies?
there,
Well,
Yeah. 2
These-
hours, I think.
these 4 dummies, or I guess we'll say 5 dummies,
Shenanigan.
even though he's more of a shenanigan type of guy. We're doing
Shenanigan.
good.
4 dummies in the shenanigan.
I think one of the other 2 dummies over in Kansas, I think he's doing pretty good. I don't know what he's drinking tonight, though. Scott, what are you drinking? Hopefully something. I know
Is it
he's
bourbon
drinking
or Scotch?
something.
We've
Yeah.
had bourbon, Scotch, and Irish whiskey tonight. I feel like we should crack that Japanese whiskey open just to cover all bases.
Make it round robin.
You got from my house, isn't it?
Just saying.
Which Japanese whiskey?
See, we can't change. Tom says Thursdays
from
at
my
this
house,
time are
though.
good for him.
That's right, Tom.
So we're here, man.
You're on. You're on.
Hey,
our
we're here
level,
for you,
man.
Tom. It's
You
your
know,
show.
Tom watches a lot.
Well,
Like I
and
do.
you know who else
Appreciate
likes
it.
Thursdays at this time? Lee and Mark.
Yep.
Right?
You know,
True enough.
they have a special
date
place
night.
in our heart.
Right.
They really do.
God
Date
love
night for them.
It is. They're good.
Who are
good-
we to
good
bust up
peeps.
Date night.
When we started doing lives, well, actually a long time ago. We started
It's been a
Facebook
while.
lives first, right? And then we
Yeah.
did this. And I remember when we first started, when you first start doing your lives, you're like, what is this thing? This is pretty cool. And then all of a sudden you're like, people are watching it. And then Lee and, they were on it. They're the first ones who really started commenting.
Yeah,
and
They put a
watching.
picture on Facebook of them watching us on their big
Yeah,
screen. It kind
it
of
was
blew
so
us out,
awesome.
and we're like, "Oh, that's man, I don't know how I feel about that."
That's a little creepy.
So Scott just responded what he's drinking.
Good
To
boat.
drink.
Are you serious?
So,
I don't even know if he
job.
is. I don't care if you are or not, Scott. If you're not, that doesn't matter. That's a cool answer because you just hit this guy right below the belt.
You'll have some
I'm
soon.
drinking Glendronach 15.
this guy too.
Revival.
This guy loves the Kuboken.
I
Yes,
love
I
it.
do.
That's gonna turn him into a Scotch guy.
So
Right
what do we have
We'll
Japanese
turn it
wise?
into
We
a
have the
Kuboken.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it's on my bar still.
Miyakio. We have the Miyakio.
Yeah, it's on my bar
It's
still.
your
but
bar.
I
What?
left it over there.
Wow. I didn't even know it was over there.
Well, we did travel
Well,
with us for a while. We were
I
doing
don't,
some
have
stuff.
I don't have a whole lot of room on my bar anyway, so.
Yeah, we're-
what you got?
You got on the ground there. You got plenty of room.
Oh, what are you doing?
Dallas, dude.
I'm just pouring a little
What are you
bit.
drinking?
You're going through it.
I'm drinking Elijah
Bourbon?
Craig 12, but I'm gonna have some of that when I'm done. you just leave that right there.
Oh,
Sean is nuts.
Mollycam.
This dog is now.
Mollycam.
You know how they say dogs get trained? We're
Mollycam.
trained to her. That's what it is.
She wants pretzels.
Who got get a
So
pretzel?
before I
Get a
forget,
pretzel.
I wanted to say so. Last couple weeks I've been talking about guests and whatnot that we've got coming on.
Oh, that's
I,
a big deal. Yeah.
I've been exchanging emails trying to get the calendar lined up, but we definitely have. Ben from Jura is trying to do a follow up with those Jura releases. And then he's also coming on because right now he happens to be touring the country with Dalmore. So he's going to come on and represent Dalmore too. So there's 2 more live shows with a guest. Then we've got a young lady from McAllen that's going to show up and be on the show. And then
wow.
and then we've also got Compass Box coming in April. So we've got a
can't
guy
wait.
from Compass Box. Which, by the way, guys, we're
Love
probably going to
Compass Box.
see Mark from Compass Box next month at
Yeah.
my table.
And
Yep.
we got Andy coming back too with some Glenmorangie
He's
stuff.
coming back in.
Yeah, so and you
Nice.
know what? That's
March.
another one. We've got this Glenmorangie. We've got to bottle
Oh.
some up and send to her. I want to make sure she gets
Yep.
a chance to try
We do.
this. So
We got bottles
Um,
of that. Yeah.
And we get Dan back involved too. We got a lot of Glenmorangie back here.
yeah,
I hope that Glen Moray is as good as this Dallas dude was.
we really do have a lot of guests lined up. It's just a matter of everyone's calendars working
Yeah.
and making
Yep.
it happen. So I still owe everybody any leftover questions from Jura, but since they're going to be back on, I figured we could catch them then.
We're actually hosting a big WhiskyTube Fest too eventually, so we're gonna have all the.
It is our turn. You're
our
right.
turn, so
Scott
that's
passed
coming
it
up.
on.
March.
Scott
All
Mark
right.
passed it on
Yeah.
to
Let's
us.
pick March
March. It
My
is.
boy, that's
All
quick,
right.
boys. That's right around the corner. I
Yeah.
mean,
next week.
Feels like a basketball theme. Right?
Yeah, maybe next week. Let's just do it next week.
well, we got to
I'm
get
out
on
We're
it.
gonna have to do it early though,
Oh, Thursday?
And it's going to take some planning. So,
because the
The tournament.
right time and etc. So
We may have to move it to a more accessible time too.
we could do a Sunday or something.
yeah, it's not going to be on our Thursday night regular time. It'll be on something that works for everybody. I look back. Scott, when did you guys do it? I'd have to look back and see what the time frame
It was
was.
a
It was
Sunday.
Sunday,
Yeah.
Yep.
Sunday afternoonish, 1,
Yep.
2, 3, something like that.
Something like
our
that.
time
That was like 5, I think.
was it?
Mhm.
So
Doug wants a pretzel.
we got to get on that.
That was really good. I really enjoyed it.
What?
Thank you, Roy.
Yeah, Roy's samples. That was really good.
It was excellent.
Yeah.
I haven't been, dissuaded by an SMWS
What
bottle
is
yet.
the ABV on that? That feels hot.
Oh, you
Only
heard.
94?
I want this one.
You better put that on camera.
It's tasty though.
That
right?
dog is eating.
There's a lot
guys.
of flavor to it.
That dog is eating.
Well, let her have the pretzel.
She's eating for free.
Yeah, we're not even. Nobody's even.
I don't care about
We
all
love
that.
the dog.
All right. So
Oh.
Eric asked the question: if there was one whiskey you want to drink and it's available, what would it be?
Wow. So I actually had a colleague ask
get
me
that
that
one?
question today.
Sitting right here.
And, the question was posed price point and within your price. And I said, I think if you said you can buy one whiskey and that's the only thing you get to drink for the rest of your life, I'd probably go with Lagavulin 16. Right? If you just press me right now without a long time to think about it and judge about it. And I'm going to say that's within my price point because I have a bottle on my bar. So that's what I said. I mean, the longer you think about it, the more you're
Don't
just going to
think too
drive
long.
yourself
Just think-
crazy.
Wait a minute. So what's it? Clarify that question again for me. If you could taste any.
No.
whiskey-
If you get for
See,
free,
Rob-
you're getting one more. You get to pick one whiskey that you drink for the rest of your life, and that's it.
Oh.
Glendronach 12.
That's not what he said.
No.
If there was
Oh.
one whiskey that you would want to drink
Oh,
and
that
is
we
available,
want- okay.
what would it be? So something.
That we
I'm
want to
assuming we
drink.
haven't had
Okay.
it yet. So,
So
what are we looking for? Right.
Okay, that's a different. That's a
Look
different.
I would
That's a
go.
different question.
I would go
Yeah,
anything Glendronach plus 25, 30,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
I
the 21, the Parliament.
I'm thinking
you
like a
had
Bowmore
that.
25 or something older with Bowmore for me.
Yeah, you are a
They're,
Bowmore guy.
they're a great
Um,
blend of sherry and smoke.
Ben Rick. I'd like some more Ben Ricks.
We got a
The,
couple of those.
the
waiting.
Bowmore 25. Yeah, that'd be a good one. We've been talking about that. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
That's available.
You know what? I mean, and I don't know how much it is. We've had Highland Park 12, obviously. We've had the 18, loved it. Haven't had the 21 yet.
No, we have not.
Yeah. Some of the older Highland Parks.
Yeah,
are
so
That
that would be
25,
interesting.
30, whatever it takes.
Not
Whatever you
necessarily.
get.
220.
We did that flight of Talisker. You remember that, guys? We
Yeah.
did that whole
They
flight of
did that.
Talisker, and we did.
Yeah.
We ended up 10. We did Storm, 18, 25,
25
and 30.
and 30.
And guess what? The 25 was the flub. Remember?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, this 18 is
Every
great. Can't wait to
time.
get to the 25. And you're like, ooh. Ah. But then 5 more years later, it was back to being
It's
delicious.
amazing
Beautiful.
what years do.
Good and bad.
Yeah.
And we've done it twice.
I know.
So it wasn't like it was a one-off
Oh, it wasn't
deal
a
where it was
fluke.
like a bad bottle or something. We didn't really care for the 25 as much.
Okay, so Tom Marr has a great question.
Okay.
So what scotch would make your day if you walked into a bar and said, hell yeah, that's what I want to drink right there?
15 Darkest because it's probably affordable and it's something you never see on a bar. You never see
Oh,
those.
so
on
he's
most
just talking
bars.
about and walking into a bar.
Because let's face it, you go to the bars, 9 times out of 10, it's always the same crap, right? It's
is.
Right.
it's Glenfiddich this, Mac 12, it's
Yeah.
your
All
red,
right.
it's your
You
red,
might,
it's your
you might have a
black.
Lafroy 10. I like those.
Every once in a while, you
Every-
have some nicer ones.
You'll get
but-
some Balvenis and.
If I walk
yeah.
into a bar and I saw that Ben Rick 17 Solstice, I'd shit my pants and I'd order the rest of the bottle. That's
Yep.
what
I,
would do.
I could see that too as well. That's all the bananas
I'd be like,
and stuff.
boom! Holy cow! Where did you
I
go
need that
buy
bottle
the
and
whole
some
bottle?
man wipes.
I need that bottle.
Man wipes.
You're absolutely right.
That's pretty good.
Well said,
Pretty good.
sir.
Not necessarily in that order.
Exactly. But we're gonna need both of them.
That's good. That's good.
We got
That's a great question.
6 minutes left.
Yeah, wheels are off, boys.
I don't know what else I would.
Thank you, Tamar.
I mean, really, anytime I walk into a bar and they've got like something that's cask strength or something that's
Right.
unusual, I'm always drawn to that kind of stuff because I'm with you. And being a restaurant guy, I get it. Most places don't want to put something on a menu that they get one bottle of every year if they're lucky.
Yep.
So normally they're going to put stuff on that they can consistently get, that's consistently priced, that they know what's going on. It makes life a lot easier from a management viewpoint. But from a customer side, if you're going into a whiskey bar, you want to get some good whiskey. So
Well, and if there's a bar that has enough volume to have their own bottling, definitely something to try.
Answer that question.
So if you know
Drew,
a
about
bar
Talisman.
or a
I think
restaurant that will provide their own single cask of a certain
Did you just shut
whatever
it?
Are we
distillery,
not on?
it's probably worth
I don't
trying because that means they care. That means they're spending.
I
some
think Drew
people-
Are
Drew
we
hit the
on?
wrong button and killed us.
it happens.
We're offline.
Yeah, that screwed us. I think so.
Uh-oh.
No, maybe not.
No?
Are we still live?
Yeah.
All right.
Drew just had an beat moment where he thought he killed the stream.
It happens.
So, before I forget, it's KB asked. We've done two different separate times when we did flights at Talisker,
Yeah.
and the 25 disappointed every time. It was 10 storm, 18 better, moving its way up, 25. Whoa, where'd that come from? Don't want that again. Back to 30. Hello, lover. That's what happened.
And we've seen the 25 in the glass case a couple times, and we're like, man, nah.
Glad I know better. Glad I know better.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend my money on that one.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna get
one
the one
last
next to it.
question is for you.
All right.
Tom wants to know: are there any special bottles in the bar that are not on the menu? I know the answer to that.
On my bar at work?
Yeah.
Oh, on
Yes.
your bar at work? I thought you were here.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
At work? No.
At work. Really?
Nope.
Well, you're not going to sell them if you do that on the bar.
However, there are occasionally bottles that we are privy to just because of the volume that we do as a restaurant that we're allowed to pick up that may not make it to the bar.
So,
Like they may be
damn.
bought
Did you see
by
Sean.
or the owner or
KB
somebody
said
else.
that,
Just
they opened up
just
the
because it's hard to get, and from running a restaurant perspective, especially a high volume place. Number one, the problem you get is you've got a ton of bartenders that are like, I've never had that 30-year-old Scotch. I want to taste it and see what it tastes like. Well, you can't afford a shot of that, right? But they're gonna pour it anyway, just so they can, and they'll pour it for some of the servers who like
Right.
to sell that stuff. So you end up not selling a bottle. You end up selling 3/4 of a bottle, and they're gonna overpour, and there's gonna be problems. You're not gonna make money on it. Is what it boils down to. So really, that rare bottle, if you walk into a bar and you see a bottle like Johnny Blue or something like that. That's about as high end as it usually gets, unless you go into a specialty whiskey
bar. Right.
and even stuff like Johnny Blue, you're not going to see it very many places.
Right.
Normally, places are going to sell you, Balvenis and Glenfiddichs and stuff like that they can readily get, that are going to be reasonably priced. That I can buy by the case or the pound.
And the staff isn't going to steal.
Yeah, and the staff doesn't. Most staff doesn't understand, most alcohols, to be honest. I mean, it's a lot
Right.
of training for wine and liquor, and it's an ongoing process. So,
Lots of questions.
they learn
so.
how to bullshit is what it comes down
So,
to.
KB did comment that him and a friend opened up a bottle of Talisker 25 and they didn't like it either.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, lots of
That's
stuff
sad,
going on.
man.
Right, it is.
That's unfortunate. You paid a bunch for that.
But how much are you willing to drop on a glass in a bar? I was in DC a couple months ago and I dropped, I think, $1.45 on 2 drams. So,
I would never do that. I'm too cheap.
yeah, my wife does not know that. I did not just say this on live YouTube.
Note to self: don't talk about this show tomorrow.
Yeah. Who just asked that question? Ban that. No.
I can't believe First rule of Fight Club.
Oh my God.
block that guy.
So-
How do I block that guy?
I couldn't help it. I wanted to try them, and I did. So,
I would have just bought the bottle.
yeah. And that was at Jack
Go high or
Rose.
go
The next
home.
time I go to that bar, tell X you're going to come with me so I don't do that.
He's going to do that, but you're also going to do it.
And you're gonna be buying.
So let's talk about next week's show. Anything special coming up that we know of yet that's planned? I know I won't be here for that one that I know of, so I'll be in Chicago. Well, you'll be here though.
I'll
won't
be
you?
back. I'll be
You
back.
will
by
be
then.
back. I do not believe I've got one of the guests lined up. I mean, everyone's traveling, and I've got. Actually, I have a call with 2 of them scheduled tomorrow, so I'll know. We may have a special guest lined up for Thursday. I don't want to push it right now, so I don't know. So
Well, Tom might be our special guest. So.
Exactly.
That'd be cool.
We might have Tom on.
Tom on?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be
But,
fun. You
yeah.
gotta figure out how to do that.
So that's coming
Right.
up. Quick shout outs to our fellow tubers, the Test Dummies,
Yep.
Rob up Whiskey in the Six out there, Aquavite
Telex,
across the
yeah.
pond, Telex.
He's on after this show, by the way.
Whiskey
Let
Dick
me, let me go ahead and
is
put
still
him up
doing
there
his
right
thing.
now.
I think he put a tab in there.
Check out Hoagie if you guys have a chance on.
Hoagie's got a
he's
YouTube
got a
channel.
couple. Yeah, he's got a couple videos going out there on YouTube. So go check out the German and see what he's got to say. They're
Always
kinda fun.
entertaining.
Yeah, right on. More power to him, and hopefully he gets some subscribers. I mean, the guy's got knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
He knows his whiskey. He knows his Scotch. So I definitely want to support him on that effort. But what else we got going on, guys? Is that it? Telex has an after show. Have you put the link
Yeah.
on?
Larry just did, yep.
Okay.
Molly Cam.
He way early in the show he said what he was going to be talking about, and I didn't have a
didn't-
chance
Oh,
to really
I
catch
totally
it.
missed that.
So Telex, what are you drinking? What are you talking about on your show? We'll stay live until you can put that on, and then we'll.
He may have mentioned it, but I
He
can't see it
did
now.
way like 45 minutes ago. So I missed
Thanks,
it.
KB. Appreciate it, buddy.
Anyhow,
Yeah.
guys.
Well, I'm not sure I'll be on next week or not. I got a lot of stuff going on, so maybe without Wingman. So we didn't get you. This guy will be running tech next week.
Here's our tech man.
I like when Mark and I run, and it's sort of by
So
the seat of our pants.
So you're gonna see a lot of
Duct tape and
buffering
soldering irons.
and all those kind of things next week. We'll see.
Oh,
We'll
jeez.
see
It'll
those
be all
works.
right. It'll be good. You guys do a good job.
Okay.
We're all right.
What do we say?
Well,
Well,
we're waiting for
Slusher,
Telex
I'm
for a
waiting for
second.
Telex, but I don't.
Did he already
there
start
goes.
his-
Springbank 14
All right.
Bourbonwood.
All right.
There you
Check
go.
this out.
Sounds
I
good.
like
He's
the
going to do a
Springbank.
reenactment of falling out of his chair.
We love that.
We want to
too.
see that. Guys, thanks for watching.
Thank you
us.
so much,
You
everybody.
guys are the
everybody.
best. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good show, boys.
I can't believe somebody thought I was going to be done by the end of this show.